So we met Sarah through...
My assistant who had bought a house with her.
Yeah.
Her name's Sarah too.
Her name's Sarah too. So we met Sarah through Sarah. And we were looking to move out of our apartment in Magnolia, thinking we're never going to be able to afford a house or find what we wanted.
Not knowing what we were looking for, just a way out of the big city.
It's pretty intimidating when you start thinking about buying a house in Seattle because the prices are so high and there's so many pockets of neighborhoods, and it's hard to grasp what the different areas are like.
And the market's going up at a 45-degree angle, so you know that if you're actually going to buy a house, you better buy it now, because it'll be more expensive in 2 weeks than it is today.
This was in the fall of 2016, end of summer 2016.
Where we were the fastest growing real estate market in the country. And we'd looked at, compared to our rent, and with real estate interest rates at 3%, could we afford a house that is in the price range? And the answer turned out to be yes. So we thought, let's dive in now and see if there's anything that makes sense, because it looks like we can actually afford to buy a house.
This was my first home that I've ever bought. So it was very intimidating and exciting. And even I remember before we met Sarah, just thinking, how would I even find a realtor with so many choices of people? And of course, having a recommendation from his assistant who said, Sarah's your girl.
No, we didn't even consider waterfront when we started because
Seattle,
prices.
waterfront, hello.
Yeah, it had to be out of our price range. And so we were looking at all these different places, some of which had water view. And then we would sit in this house and see the water, but not be able to touch it. And so Sarah kept giving us places that were cabiny in different locations, circling around to get closer and closer to what was important.
Yeah.
And then when we realized it had to be waterfront, because if I can see the water, I want to be able to put the canoe in and go for a paddle, right? So then we made sure that we were just looking at waterfront houses.
Well, and for us buying a home, this isn't something that we're going to look at as
Oh, we're going to die here.
making money. It's not like a house where we're going to fix it up and, okay, we'll be able to make some money on it. This is
legacy.
This is our legacy.
This is what we'll hand to our kids.
So it was important for us it had to be in the right place. And I know that as we worked with Sarah, every house we saw just helped us get clearer on what we wanted and what we didn't want.
And the houses we saw that had been fixed up was somebody else's vision of what they wanted their house to be, and it just never matched us. Because the fancier and more money they put in it, the more it looked like some,
Model home.
Architectural Digest home from Scandinavia. Right?
That's not us, as you can see.
One couch sitting in a 40 by 40 room with wood floors and a glass wall.
But something I loved about Sarah is that we would go see a house, and she would just...
What'd you think?
She asked the right questions and could read our reactions. And she would immediately adjust from there on. So the things that she would represent to us or show us from that point on would not reflect the things we don't want. It would have reflected, well, I know that you wanted this, but you didn't want this. She was very good at that.
How long were we looking? What was the total time we looked?
A month, month and a half.
We went from not thinking we were going to stay in our apartment for several years and maybe never have a house because we might not be able to afford it, to waterfront in less than 2 months.
Less than 2 months, yeah. But Sarah's enthusiasm, she would get as excited as me. That's one of the other things I love about Sarah.
She get all giggly. I can't wait to show you this one.
She is so genuine and so easy. She's so easy. It's just like dealing with a close friend. I barely thought of her as a realtor. It was just like, Sarah's got a house to show us, It's like that. It couldn't have gone any better. There's nothing about the experience that could have gone any better.
Including in this particular situation, every house that we saw sell that we had looked at went for over the asking price. And we got this one for less than the asking price, and it's waterfront, which is
bizarre.
In that market, it probably was unheard of.
It's super exciting. I'm so happy. Aren't you happy?
Absolutely.
We're happy.